just know that your communication style may not be his. So you have to be open and flexible to say, you know what? Let's just say he's a direct communicator.
And sidebar, we have a free communication assessment on our website at richrelationship.refuge.com. Go under free assessments and it's on there, free communication assessment.
So, and I think the pivotal point is not only understanding the communication style, and you may hear this multiple times, is listening. I would say for Renee, and I'm not going to generalize, we just say all women, because I know all women, some women listen very well. But when we first got together, Renee had to develop her listening skills because she was an excellent communicator, but she was a talker, but she wasn't listening to some of the things that I said. So how do you understand it? Is actively listening to him. Listen to what he says. And you know you're actively listening if you can repeat back what he said. You can paraphrase it a little bit, and then at the end of that, just ask, is that right? Ask that little bit at the end, is that right? Did I hear you right? Before you answer or go on to the next thing. So that was the first part. And then the second part is about the emotional side. Empathy, 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 empathy. I would say empathetic, being understanding to where I'm coming from, because my experiences and things that happened in my life are mine. But also, you don't dismiss it, don't just cast it off as no big deal. Like I won't say, I'll say I hate when be a man, suck it up. And especially in the day and time that we're in right now, men are, I think, a lot more emotionally in tune now than they have ever been in their life. I mean, I see it now because I work with a men of various ages, a whole lot of different ages, everything from my age and older than me actually, and younger. So I can say, and even from the experiences being around the military for as many years as we have, I've seen it all as far as men dynamics and types and things like that and where they come from. So I would say the empathy part is something that has been severely lacking from women, I think, in men, over the years. And some of it is because of societal changes and things like that. Men are just more in tune now than my generation. My generation, suck it up, rub some dirt on it, move on, don't talk about how you feel, keep it to yourself. Those types of things is something that we heard for years and years and years. And so when you take that attitude, it makes it very difficult to open up. So if I know Renee is being very empathetic and want to hear what I have to say, I'm going to be more in tune to open up and talk.
Hey, you guys who are here, if you have a question, even if it's not on the list, we want you to be involved. Please share your questions. The topic tonight is, are you ready? And that's going to be the topic. Ladies edition. Ladies, are you ready? And so the question that we asked Gil was, how can you better understand a man's emotional and communication style?
So that's how I would answer that. So and you can put me on the hot seat. This is unscripted, so I'm just going to answer the way it comes out. So if you got a good question that you may have been curious about, this is your chance to get it in, ladies. I'm gonna spill the whole beans. I'm gonna tell y'all like the secrets.
Yeah. So if you guys have questions, please put it in the chat. We wanted to have questions already ready because in that way that kind of takes some of the pressure off of you guys. But if you have questions, things you want to know, please put it in the chat.
All right, bring it on. I think I answered. How did I do on the first two?
You did good.
Okay.
You did good.
How did I do, ladies, on the first two? If it's something, give me a thumbs up or something. Be some encouragement. I need some encouragement because I still feel like I'm on the hot seat. But go ahead.
You got some heart.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so the next one is you just talked about this. How can I be a better listener to my man in his life?
I already said about the active listening in his life. That would still be the same as far as listening, but also input. If I can add something to that, not tell me what to do, but tell me what you think. Not how you feel, but tell me what you think. Men, we are logically, mentally, that's how we go to first. Men are very emotional. Obviously, we have emotions and things like that. But we will think about things logically, I think, and mentally first before we give anything else. So when you say that, I would say, I'm always interested in what Renee thinks. Sometimes it's just as a check. A check to say, am I on the right track or am I thinking correctly? But also to give me some gauge of, am I out in left field? So if I ask you what you think, that's what I want to know. I don't want to know how you feel. that may come later, because I want to be able to take what you say and process it and logically think about it and mesh it with what I'm thinking to try to come up with a solution to lead us as a couple.
I want to add something I think that is important for us as women to be better listeners is to put down our phones, to not be doing something else. And I think men and women are guilty of doing that, but I think one of the best ways to be a good listener is to be totally present and available.
Right. Thanks for the thumbs up. I appreciate that, Miss Shaw. Thank you. I appreciate that. I
Thank
see
you
that.
guys so much.
I see the hand wave. Thank you.
We are so glad you guys are here.
Secretary? If I butchered that, I'm sorry.
Okay, so you guys have a question in the chat. If you guys have a question, please put it in.
And these
the
are
chat.
questions that we actually got from the community already. So we just are priming the pump, like Renee said earlier. But go ahead, give me the next one.
Okay, the next one is.
And we got a game we're gonna play too.
Yes, we got a game, and we're also gonna talk about our date night. We're gonna give a weekly recommendation for things for couples and singles to do to get out and get active.
Right.
So the next question is, dun, 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 what are some common relationship deal breakers for men?
Ooh. I think this one, what are some common deal breakers for men? First, I'm gonna say they are all going to be different because guys are different. You know,
I can think of one.
Well, let me answer my question. This is my question. This is
Okay,
ladies. You
okay,
ask
okay.
me.
Okay,
if you want to ask the question, you can ask the question too. But
I just answer next.
yeah, but no.
Next
but
week is gonna be.
You can chime in on this one too. But I'm gonna answer it. I would say. So one more time. See, you made me lose my train of thought. So answer the question.
What are some common relationship deal breakers for men?
I would say the number one for me, and I would even say for my fellas, is going to be dishonesty. If you are not being 100%, as they say, keep it 100 and all those things, just be, we always talk about it, be hot. Be honest, open, and transparent. So dishonesty is one that I think goes both ways. But if you can't be honest from the very beginning, whether you're dating or been together for a long time, that is one that is going to be a big, big deal breaker. And I would say maybe second to that, men need respect. That is something that is so huge to us, especially as even men of color, men of black men, that kind of thing. Out in society, we get enough of it out there of disrespect as being a man and being sometimes trying to make me feel less than a man. It happens, and I don't care if you're in corporate America or if you're all the way at the lowest level of the food chain when it comes to career-wise. You see it all the time. So that lack of respect, and then if you have to get with your spouse, your significant other, your mate, and you got to come home to it or be around it and still get it, that would be a huge, huge deal breaker. And